welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. I post the most delicious recipes every single week, and I would obviously love for you to join our growing family. Today I'm going to show you how to make delicious fish and chips. These are pub style fish and chips, and they're just quite fantastic with, again, just a few simple ingredients. So let me show you what they are very quickly so we can get started. Okay, so for the fish and chips, you're going to need, of course, your choice of fish. Here I have some beautiful cod. You're also going to need some salt and pepper, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of garlic powder. You're going to need all-purpose flour, some potatoes for the chips. You're also going to need some club soda, tonic water. You can even do beer if you like. I like to use club soda. It makes the batter very airy and light and not as dense. So that's why I like to use club soda. First thing we are going to work on is our potatoes. So you can see here I have my potatoes. These are quite small, but if you know me, this is what I had on hand, and I'm not about to go to the store to buy, big potatoes to make my French fries. So this is what I have, and this is what's gonna have to do. I also have a bowl here with very, very cold water, and I'm going to make my French fries, and I'm going to add them to this water right here, this cold water. That's going to provide the crispiest potatoes ever. The only thing I do recommend is that make sure your French fries are pretty much the same size so they cook evenly, of course. Okay, so I am just about done here with my potatoes, and what I'm going to do is I want to agitate them a little bit in the water so they can, so we can remove as much starch as we can from the potatoes. And you can use, again, any type of potatoes you like. Here I'm using some golden potatoes. You can use some roasted potatoes, any potatoes that are great for French fries. So now I'm going to let my potatoes sit in this very cold water for about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm going to prepare my tartar sauce to serve this with. That's gonna go in a separate video because I want, obviously, for you to have it available for whenever you need in a separate video. So you don't have to watch this whole video to just get to the tartar sauce, if that makes any sense. Okay, I am back, and my potatoes have been soaking in cold water for about 40 minutes. I have a paper towel lined baking sheet right here, and I'm going to obviously dry the potatoes. Now we just want to dry them. I'm going to get some more paper towel and dry them on top. I'm going to fry these potatoes 2 times. You heard me, 2 times, and that will make your potatoes so crispy. You won't even believe it. So I already have my oil preheating. Bring the oil up to 300 degrees, and then we're going to cook the potatoes in the center, because if you cook your potatoes at 400 degrees or 375, what's gonna happen is your potatoes are going to get too golden brown without really cooking in the center, and then you're gonna have very nice and crispy golden brown potatoes, but the centers are going to be very hard and raw and undercooked, and that's not what we want. So like I said, these potatoes are pretty much almost dried all the way, so I'm just going to wait for my oil to come to temperature. Okay, so my potatoes are pretty much dried. I also have the same baking sheet with some new paper towels so we can obviously drain the potatoes once they come out of the oil. Now we can go ahead and start mixing the dry ingredients together, because you don't want to make the batter until you're ready to fry your fish, so that way the batter is really nice and fresh and makes your fish very, like I said, airy and light. So what I'm gonna do is combine my flour here with the dry garlic and the baking powder. We're also going to add a lot of black pepper. I love my fish with tons of black pepper, and a generous amount of salt. Now we're going to mix this all together. I'm just gonna do it with my hands. Okay, so we got this ready, and then the last thing we're gonna do is add the club soda once we are ready for that. I also want to start portioning the fish, and you can do it any size you like. I like to do mine's pretty, you could say medium size, not too big, not too small, so about something about this size. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, so we got, we got our fish ready, and I was able to cut mine into 20 little pieces. Like I said, you're gonna have more or less depending on how big or small you like. My oil is also ready for the fries, so let's head over to the stove so I can show you what to do. My oil is at the right temperature. It's actually a little over 300 because it will, obviously the temperature will come down as you add your potatoes in there. So the first batch, you're going to add all of your potatoes in the oil, and then the second part, we're going to fry them in batches. So the first part, again, this is not to make them crispy, we just want to make sure the potatoes get nice and cooked through. Okay, so I'm going to let this fry for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to take them out, fry the fish, and then we're going to finish these off. My potatoes have been cooking for about 10 minutes already, and they are looking fabulous. So I am going to turn off the heat for just a little bit, and I'm going to take them out and place them on my paper towel line baking sheet. I want my oil to come to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have my fish here. We can go ahead and start breading our fish, and as you can see here, I have my piece of fish. I have my flour here. I'm going to bread it very lightly. I'm going to put it on a plate. I still haven't added the club soda to this. It's just the flour. Okay, so now that we have breaded those pieces of fish, I'm going to go ahead and start adding the club soda. Okay, so you want a pretty thick batter. You don't want it to be too thin so it can really coat the fish properly. You want a batter that looks somewhat like this. As you can see, it's not thin, but it's not super thick either, and this is exactly what you're looking for. So what I'm gonna do now is dip my fish in this beautiful batter, just like so, and it's gonna go straight into oil. They're gonna cook for about 5 minutes or until they are nice and golden brown. Okay, so these are looking so yummy. While the oil is still hot, we're going to fry our fries again. Now this time we're doing it at 375 so they get very nice and crispy. I'm gonna do half the fries, and then I'm going to do the other half. Okay, so you can see these fries are done. They have the most beautiful color. So I'm gonna take them out, put them on my plate here with some paper towel so they can absorb all of the excess extra oil that it has. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.